So when I was 15, I got the chance to go to France on a class trip. It was a big deal for a few reasons, the most important being I was going to be one of only 2 boys in the group with 16 or so girls. As a teenager with raging hormones, that alone would have made the trip worthwhile. But I was looking forward to other things too. This would be an awesome opportunity for me to see another part of the world and practice my French. And I was particularly jazzed about the food. I had heard so many great things about French cuisine, and I pictured spending my 10 days there stuffing my face with crepes and cheese fondue. So on the first night at my host family's house, I took a seat at the dining room table, hungry after a long day of traveling and excited for the meal ahead. Unfortunately, my appetite and excitement quickly disappeared when my host mother placed a plate in front of me that was heaped with mushy cauliflower. Now, not only was this a far cry from the chocolate and banana crepe covered with powdered sugar I was hoping for, but it was cauliflower, quite possibly my least favorite food. Staring down at this mountain of mush, I was faced with a serious dilemma. On the one hand, I could hear my mom's voice in my head saying, "You're a guest in someone's home and you damn well better eat whatever they put in front of you." But on the other hand, there was the very real possibility that I might not be able to keep this stuff down. In the end, fear of my mother's wrath outweighed my fear of vomiting chunks of cauliflower all over the dinner table, so I got to work shoveling that nastiness down my throat. It took some intense concentration to keep my gag reflex in check, but I'm proud to say that I managed to eat everything on my plate without barfing. A wave of relief washed over me as I shoved the final forkful into my mouth. Sadly, that relief was short-lived. Seeing my empty plate, my gracious host mother took it away, only to return moments later with another equally monstrous helping of cauliflower. But Mama didn't raise no rude house guests, so I got to work on round 2. And what seemed like a lifetime later, I once again cleared my plate. Although I was impressed that I had gotten this far vomit-free, I also knew that a third helping was simply not possible, and I needed to tell them that I had had enough. But I wanted to tell them this in French. After all, I was here to practice my French, and this was a great opportunity to show off my language skills. Racking my brains for the right words, I patted my stomach, waved my hand, and told my host in French, "No thank you, I'm full." Now, I did get some confused looks from the family, but they didn't bring me any more cauliflower, so I was satisfied the message had been received. Thankfully, we never had cauliflower again during my stay, but that phrase came in handy, and I concluded most meals by confidently saying in French, "No thank you, I'm full." However, on my last night there, I realized that my French still needed some work. My host brother informed me that I hadn't in fact been saying, "No thank you, I'm full." It turned out that what I was actually saying was, "No thank you, I'm pregnant." Suddenly, the confused looks I had been getting made a lot of sense. I could see how a 15-year-old boy announcing his pregnancy might be considered an unusual way to wrap up a meal. Looking back, I probably got 1 or 2 words mixed up, telling them I was full of baby rather than full of food. And although it was embarrassing, it was a good reminder about the importance of choosing our words carefully, and how our words have a lot of power. As a professional copywriter and editor, I know how much care and consideration can go into a well-crafted headline or sentence. Politicians hire speechwriters who scrutinize every word and deliberate for hours over whether their candidate should kick off the rally with hello or howdy. Corporations spend millions of dollars coming up with the perfect slogan. That's because words matter. They have the power to make somebody's day or put them in a sour mood. They have the power to communicate your ideas clearly or to send mixed messages. A simple "I'm sorry" can end a years-long grudge, while "wow, nice job" can make an employee feel 20 feet tall. And while shooting from the hip and being blunt can be a refreshing change of pace, I think it's important to respect the power that words carry, and to be mindful of the impact they might have. In Buddhism, the Eightfold Path to Enlightenment includes right speech, the virtue of abstaining from things like gossip, slander, and lying, and choosing your words carefully to avoid hurting other people. That can sometimes be tricky. In the age of text messages and comment sections, it's quicker and easier than ever to share our thoughts and feelings. But take care to do so thoughtfully. Take an extra moment before you click send to think about how your message will be received. Work on processing your thoughts before vomiting out a response. Because the words you choose matter. They can be the difference between politely declining another helping of cauliflower and announcing to the world that you're a teenage boy with a baby on the way. If you like this story, check out my book, Misadventure Musings, Lessons Learned from Life's Awesome and Absurd Moments. An illustrated collection of 40 true stories from my life, Misadventure Musings uses humor and storytelling to give practical advice on overcoming obstacles, work-life balance, and more. Find out what being blindfolded and left in a farmer's field taught me about failure. What my so-so odds at beating cancer taught me about asking for help. Or what lying in a puddle of puke taught me about tunnel vision. It's self-help with a sense of humor. Personal development with a punchline. So whether you're looking for some inspiration, a few laughs, the perfect gift for someone, or are just really keen to find out what a kayak full of leeches can teach you, visit badgeofawesome.com and order your copy today.